For more than 125 years, Portnola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Wow. 4 days. 4 days until Mardi Gras. The 100-hour countdown has begun. 100 hours of fun. And there is no place in the world anywhere close to New Orleans. You naysayers that don't like the city. It's funny, I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday who lives out by Diamond Head. And Diamond Head, Waveland, Bay St. Louis, explosive growth. And a lot of New Orleanians and Louisiana folks moving there. And I joked with him, I laughed. I said, you know, a lot of these people just don't like New Orleans anymore, had to get out. Yet you moved to Metairie, or you moved to the North Shore, or you moved to Diamond Head or Bay St. Louis. Obviously, you still love New Orleans. Otherwise, you would have gone somewhere much farther away. Well, I like this area. No, you like New Orleans. You still go into New Orleans to eat. You still go into New Orleans for shows and music and concerts and sporting events and Broadway shows and, you know, that thing called culture. So for all you naysayers that are anti-New Orleans yet live essentially in the metro area, you obviously still love New Orleans if you want to admit it or not. If I was like getting out of New Orleans, I'd be getting out of Louisiana. I'd be getting out of this area. But I love it. And today, just more verification of that love and what's not to love. Was down in the French Quarter today with a group of friends, got a little lunch, walked around, hit the parade route where D'Etat was kind of doing their thing. Or at least, you know, some members, some marching bands in the quarter, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The French Quarter right now is pretty packed with people on a Friday afternoon before Mardi Gras. The Friday before Mardi Gras. Just jam-packed. Jam-packed. Now, what we need to figure out for Mardi Gras is how to like almost split it into two. Like what we've got going this weekend, have that going down last weekend. So we can fill up all the hotel rooms and have the French Quarter like it is today. A week ago, last Friday, some folks would come in and be like, yeah, I went into New Orleans for Mardi Gras, didn't make Mardi Gras Day, but it was the weekend before the big weekend, and it's just as big, it's its own thing, blah, blah, blah. That way we can double dip, fill those hotels, fill those restaurants, fill those music clubs. Got to figure out a way how to split this thing into 2 weekends like Jazz Fest. Yeah, Mardi Gras. The main Mardi Gras weekend and the weekend before. 9 days out. It is a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. With it being Mardi Gras and everything, Fantasy Friday, we try to decompress from the regular Monday through Thursday stuff. So I said, you know what? Fletcher Mackel, you're riding tonight. We don't need to talk sports. We don't need to talk about any sports right now. It's Mardi Gras. Some teams are struggling. Don't need to talk sports. And then Michael Heck from Greater New Orleans Inc. He's done his job with the Super Bowl. He's done his job with Mardi Gras. We don't really need to, have him on today. We can do all this next week. So I've got a lot of food talk coming your way and a lot of New Orleans talk coming your way. A lot of Mardi Gras 2025 coming your way on this Friday. In about 5 minutes, Scott Craig's going to join us, owner, operator of Katie's and Francesca. Proud brother Martin guy, UNO supporter. One of the few in New Orleans that's 110% in, all in for UNO. Just a great New Orleanian, Yaddy New Orleanian, loves the city. Scott Craig's going to join us in about 5 minutes just to talk it up 4 days out of Mardi Gras 2025. 5 o'clock powwow. It doesn't get much better than James Beard award-winning chef Frank Brightson. He'll join us from his restaurant, a little Creole cottage in the Riverbend section of the Carrollton neighborhood in Uptown. Frank Brightson in an hour. You know what kind of sucks for me? Now, I could have sold out years ago and just on an extreme, wacky, right-wing talk radio program, like a Rush Limbaugh, Hannity type thing, and preparing for the show, I wouldn't have to do much work. It's basically just the Harris Waltz running for president, playbook. You just bash the opposition and you don't say anything about, your own ideas or any of that. Just bash the opposition and kind of ride along. So I'm not knocking right-wing radio. I'm just saying, for me, I'm a registered independent. I'm sure you extreme right-wingers think, oh, Corey's liberal. I know you hardcore progressives and woke folks think I'm conservative. Whatever, think whatever you want. There's what I think, there's what you think, and there's what is. So I'm a registered independent because that was the natural thing at 18 years old for me to register as. I was like, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I like parts of those parties, and I dislike some major parts of those parties. And I'm not a big fan of politics in general, so I don't want to be involved in that crap. So that was easy for me at 18, and I've been that way ever since. I never registered as a Republican and changed to independent, or registered as a Democrat and changed. Always been that way. It's not better or worse. It's just how I am. You're not inferior or wrong for being left or right-leaning. That's just how you are. Embrace it. But no, I could have sold out and just done very popular right-wing radio. There is no liberal radio. There's no real liberal radio, talk radio. It is dominated by conservative talk. It's not even close. Talk radio is much more dominated by conservative talk than what you want to call mainstream media is liberal or left-leaning. And it's not even close. There's too many conservative media outlets out there in 2025. A lot of them. Easy to find. Hardcore right to just regular conservative, Republican-leaning, right-leaning media. It's all over the place. Talk radio, hard to find liberal talk radio. Hard to find it. And whatever, I don't care. I'm just telling you how it is. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. I'm just giving you the information. But my point is, this kind of sucks for me. Anytime that I say anything negative about President Donald Trump, I just don't win. Trump folks are sensitive. And when they hear someone like me dogging Trump, they're like, just another liberal. Like, it can't be an independent or a Republican. And if it is, it's not a real Republican. Like, folks are trying to say, like, Quinn Hillier is not a real Republican. Quinn Hillier has been a Republican longer than 99% of Republicans ever dreamed of it. He was like 12 years old, like a geeky kid who was into politics and was a conservative Republican at like 12 years old, and I'm not kidding. Wore a coat and a tie, a white handkerchief. He's just a conservative guy in general, and he's very conservative politically and a good man. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't respect Trump. So a lot of conservatives that have been a conservative for 10, 20, 30% of the time Quinn has been, and he's never wavered, they think Quinn is a sellout or a rhino or something crazy. No, Donald Trump folks are sensitive, so I'll just make it quick. Trump and J.D. Vance. Why is J.D. Vance even there, and why is he talking? Trump and J.D. Vance essentially like bullying Zelensky, having him at the White House and 2-on-1 and just insulting him. Unbelievable. Let's just say this. Zelensky and Ukraine are an ally to the United States, not an enemy. You can be for or against U.S. involvement in Ukraine. That's fine. But Russia and Putin are the enemy. Putin is a dictator, without a doubt. Russia is a communist country. They are an enemy to the United States. Ukraine is a democracy. Zelensky was rightfully elected, a legitimate election, and they're a democracy. They're an ally of ours. And it's unbelievable how Donald Trump treats an ally and continues to praise an enemy. Unreal.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. Get Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Coming up in the 5 o'clock powwow. Yeah, we're going to blow that 5 o'clock whistle in about 40 minutes. I love a little bit after 5 p.m. on a Friday because the work week's done and the weekend's in front of us. And this is a special weekend, Mardi Gras weekend. By the way, that 5 o'clock whistle coming up, always appropriately brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City, Iberville, corner Telemachus. Endymion is tomorrow. Saturday in Mid-City, Endymion. Make Katie's your headquarters before, during, and after Endymion. Are you kidding me? Let's head down to Mid-City, see what's going on over at Katie's. Scott Craig joins us on the program. What up, Scotty?
Yeah, bro. What's up, bro?
Dude, Brother Martin. Don't know grammar. Needed to go to De La Salle.
And you have grammar on this show?
Not really. Not much. Not much. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. UNO's making a turnaround, man. They're coming back. We got Master P on board. It's exciting.
I was wagering the other day, and well, all right. Sorry, Scott. Look, in all honesty, there are like 325 programs. They take bets on every program. So these powers that be that want to manipulate this, they are going to the smaller schools with programs that even have a losing record, with players that are, going to play a few years and never go anywhere near pro basketball. And they're throwing money at them to throw games. So I don't know what's going on with the 4 players at UNO. We only can assume, but there is a federal probe nationwide, Scott, and it's the smaller schools more than the big schools because these powers that be that want to cheat, they figured they're easier to manipulate.
Because they have no future.
Yep.
They're playing basketball for fun.
Yep.
They're not getting paid.
Yep.
And they have no future. And I'm not saying these young men are guilty at all, but I do believe that it's happening all over the
country.
The NBA,
everywhere.
I just won't make this shot.
Yeah, I don't know so much professional sports. We know it's happened before in professional sports, but I think it's they figured it out. It's you go to Bethune-Cookman, you go to these HBCUs, you go to the UNOs of the world, McNeese, Nichols, you go to these small schools all around the country they don't have powerhouse programs. They're not the Alabamas and the Michigans that are under the spotlight. And like you said, the players have a future in something else, not in basketball. It's for fun. They don't have a lot of money. They're not getting paid. They're college students eating pizza. So somebody comes in with a few hundred or a few $1,000. Easy for these kids to be swayed into doing that. Easy.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. But I can tell you that the team I saw without that starting 4 was one of the most fun teams I've ever seen. I mean, they fought and battled, scrounging for loose balls. Just doing their very best to play college basketball because none of them were supposed to be playing this amount of minutes this year.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of kids from the North Shore that are just amazing. And, it's great to see kids play college basketball again for the love of the game.
Yep.
These guys are 5 foot nothing, man. I mean, they're barely taller than me.
Yep.
And yet they're playing ball and they care. And it's been fun to watch. And with this coaching staff, if Master P comes in and does what we think he's going to do, because he's got a lot of connections in basketball, and he's got a lot of people with money around him. He's a good businessman. He's tight with a lot of wealthy people. And, Dr. Mark Marino, who's a dear friend of mine and one of my doctors, said the other day, could be the 90s running Rebels, and it could be, I don't know what we could have players that we never would think would go to UNO, like Liddell Eccles in the past, and Irvin Johnson, and some of the players of the past could be coming to UNO instead of going to Michigan or LSU or whatever, because they're getting paid the NIL dollars. And, they can immediately I'm waiting for this guy in front of me to decide to go. Anyway.
Well, Scott, if you do that, you may not talk again till the 5 o'clock hour.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It is New Orleans. Lots of traffic everywhere.
Look, Uptown's beautiful. You know what I mean? But I had to go to Perlis to drop off my tails from an amazing ball last night, Hermes. And it took me an hour to drive up there and back.
And I got friends that live up by there, and I'll be like, dude, can we meet like on Claiborne in Nashville? They're like, why? I'm like, because it takes me another 10 minutes to get to you from Claiborne in Nashville.
Easy.
It's unbelievable. Uptown's congested, and the streets suck.
Oh, they're doing all this road work. Oh, it's horrible.
Yep.
And there's trucks and everything else you can imagine. And I just I can't imagine living up there. I just can't.
Yeah, but,
so it's the restaurants and bars. You can drive there.
It's one of the nicest areas in the city. It's the most affluent. It's home of 100-year-old mansions. Everything is right there that you need. And, I'm with you. I live on the other side of the park in the Carrollton area of Uptown. In between the park and like Napoleon is a pain in the rear end getting in and out of that area. But it is a plush, nice area. It's a nice area.
I live in Lakewood South, which is between the two neighborhoods between the interstates as you get into Metairie.
Yeah, right by the parish line, but in Orleans Parish.
In Orleans Parish. And it's 10 minutes from everything except if you're trying to go uptown.
Yep.
Now, we'll say they're redoing all of the streets. Broadway, a lot of streets are being redone.
Yep.
And that's a positive.
Well, the thing you mentioned Lakewood South, I mean, you live in the middle part of the city, right. Literally right in the middle. Uptown is the south side of the city, the southern edge. It's like my brother lives out by the lakefront. That's the northern edge. Those are areas that you got to get to them. They're not right there. But the people that live out by the lake and the people that live uptown, they love it. And I don't know. I'm a little biased just going to De La Salle and
it's beautiful, man. I just can't stand driving up there.
Oh, no, me neither. The streets suck and driving up there sucks. Like I said, 10 minutes. Meet me on Claiborne in Nashville, dude. Don't feel like coming all the way up there. No, it's hard to get around.
Maybe I'm just an old curmudgeon.
No, it's hard to get around, dude. You'll hook a wrong turn and the street's blocked. I'm leaving to go from like Lebanon's Cafe towards like the parish line in Pigeon Town. I mean, Willow's blocked off. Side streets are blocked off. It's like it's like a mouse in a maze, man. You gotta know where you're going.
We had a YEP meeting. Was it last week now? I guess it was last week. Gosh, this week went by fast. And we were talking about our kids, the YEP kids that march in the parades. We have a little band. And I asked Melissa Sawyer, who's, the legendary creator of YEP.
What's YEP?
The Youth Empowerment Project.
Okay.
You've never heard of YEP?
No.
It's like the biggest charity in the city.
Just when I call women and ask them out on a date, I hear YEP, but that's all.
So anyway, I asked her if they would be marching in Endymion, and she said no. I said, then I hate to tell you, I'm not going to see them this year because the only parade I see is Endymion because I have to. And she called me an old curmudgeon.
Oh boy.
It was funny. It was a funny moment.
Scott Craig's with us from Katie's and Francesca. Scott, I want to shift gears, but before I do, I got to have you on in the next few weeks or month or so. And just, we've talked about it a little bit before. I don't want to get into it on a downer today, but UNO was 6,000 students or less, about a third of 20 years ago. The way the city of New Orleans, the council, the mayor, they never have acknowledged the school ever. Not just this administration, all administrations. UNO's like, it's called the University of New Orleans. So two things. The city should be embracing it because it could be potentially a huge economic engine like it used to be. I mean, the UNO 20 years ago, that Elysian Fields, Leon C. Simon area is vibrant. I mean, there's lots of traffic on Lakeshore Drive, lots of traffic on Allen Toussaint, Wisner, coming into UNO, coming in from the east, Seabrook Bridge, lots of traffic for the morning classes and the like. Yet we don't see that anymore. UNO should be like Central or South Florida, 60, 70,000 students, a monster university. I'm going to take a quick break, Scott. When I come back, I'm going to let you comment on that, give you a few minutes to think about that. And then we're going to talk about Mardi Gras, 4 days until Mardi Gras in New Orleans, 100 hours. It's begun. The 100-hour countdown. We're in it. I was in the middle of it just a few hours ago, down in the French Quarter, which is jam-packed on a Friday afternoon before Mardi Gras. I'm talking jam-packed. Wall-to-wall people everywhere having a great time. Most folks costumed up. Just incredible atmosphere in the quarter. Go to my Twitter at Corey Johnson. I posted a video or two of the quarter in Bourbon Street from just a few hours ago. More with Scott Craig when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 airy locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. the Grand Victorian.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, you're right. Friday afternoon edition of the program. Hey, Scott, before we get into Saturday, Endymion and why folks should be at Katie's tomorrow. Great place for Endymion, just blocks away from the main route. Give us your little take on what I was saying about UNO real quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and I have talked about this, Corey, and, UNO should be a thriving university.
Thriving.
It should have been bigger than 17,000, 18,000.
Yep.
It should have been 35,000.
Exactly.
It's the University of New Orleans. And it should have been. But you're right. Not enough people have ever paid attention to it. It was just always like that school you went to when, you didn't do well at LSU like me. Or, it was just that school on the lakefront.
Yep.
And it's a shame that it wasn't thought of more by the state in the past. LSU kept them down for so long.
Yep.
I don't know why LSU would be afraid of UNO.
No, it's embarrassing. And I'm an LSU graduate. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, LSU kept them down. Now ULL's keeping them down.
Yep.
And, I mean, what they've done recently is UNO's fault. And it's just, they had some poor management, and I'm not talking about Kathy Johnson, but this, not necessarily at the top, but there was some poor financial management, firing the bursar and not replacing the bursar, and then not collecting tuition for several years is a problem. I mean, they're in debt because they did not collect tuition. And now they're going out trying to collect all of this tuition from graduates. Like, wait a minute. They're not going to pay that.
What I think's embarrassing, it's $10 million, this shortfall. Yeah. You're going to lay off 300 and something people over $10 million bucks? I'm not saying $10 million isn't a lot. For you and me, what we do, it's a ton of money. For 99% of the population, it's a ton of money. For the University of New Orleans, for the state of Louisiana, the University of Louisiana, board, schools, whatever, the city of New Orleans, it's a joke. That money should have been able to get, gathered up in a few weeks, and maybe we never even heard about the budget shortfall, just things kept going smoothly.
Nobody cares.
No one cares. Under 6,000 students is a joke. UNO should be a monster. Just being the University of New Orleans, regional, national, international recruitment of should be a no-brainer.
East Campus should be all classrooms.
Yep.
And it's not. It's a wonderful arena. They've got a nice baseball stadium. But, I mean, UNO should have taken over the whole lakefront, and it just never did.
No, hell, the existing campus is like half full. You got enough room for another 50% of the buildings they got now, 100% of the buildings now. You could double up. They got a ton of space, but you're right. You got to go out to the East Campus. You move a few of the colleges out there and build a bunch of buildings there. That was one thing UNO did really smart when they opened in the late 50s, kind of Earl Long's University. I think they funded 4 buildings, if I'm not mistaken. And most schools would have clustered them together and built out from that point. UNO is smart. They put Bienville Hall, which is now gone, like basically on one extreme corner. Then they put the health and PE on the opposite corner at Elysian Fields, and then they put the liberal arts building with the outside balconies to go from the classrooms outside. They put that kind of in a triangle, towards the lake. So you had this triangle covered. So they basically took up the entire footprint of the West Campus. And then they had one more building, and they plopped that bad boy at Franklin and Elysian Fields, that little pink building there, so they would secure the East Campus. They didn't want legislators coming back in a year, 10 years, 20 years when the school didn't grow enough and go, we're going to take half that property from UNO and turn it into blah, blah, blah. So UNO is smart about the planning part.
And then they built the UC.
Yep.
Which is like the other corner.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Wow.
No, it was smart what they did. All right, we're going to move on, Scott. Hey, why is Katy such a great spot for Endymion tomorrow?
Well, it's always been. We've got the beautiful patio. You can come hang out, get something to eat, and then walk a half a block and go see the parade. I mean, it's just always been a great location. We have bathrooms. We have a portalet outside. We've got music outside. It's a lot of fun.
The half block's a little bit of an exaggeration, Scott. It's a full block.
Yeah, but they're small. They're short blocks.
I'm messing with you. That's the beauty of it. You're not walking like 6 blocks or 10 blocks. Katy's is right off the Canal Street parade route for Endymion.
Right. I mean, our blocks are really tiny.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm messing with you. It's one full block, but you're right. Little tiny block. It's like a half block of any other street. Right. It's 100 yards off the route, essentially.
And everybody's having parties, and it's just a fun atmosphere. And you can sit outside on Bienville and on Iberville and Telemachus at the tables outside. Or you can go out on the patio, or you can go inside, upstairs, whatever you want.
Yep.
Endymion's doing a big pre-breakfast tomorrow. They do that every year. And I don't know, it's just a great place, man. It's a lot of fun. I've been there 31 years now, and it's just 31
Endymion does their pre-breakfast at Katy's tomorrow morning?
One of the floats.
Nice.
Not the whole. We could not handle that.
You have to put a tent across the street. Exactly.
No, we'd have to use the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know how many members do they have now. Like
3,000? No, it's a few thousand though, for sure. Yep. It's a few thousand.
I'm in Bleekus, and we don't have near that.
No,
we get a lot.
No, it's Katy's is a great place before, during, after Endymion. You go into Katy's, get some food, like Scott said, get a big to-go cup from the bar, and head down to the parade route.
Get a little Endymion punch.
It's 100 yards away, so one of you can go grab the drinks while the others stay and watch the parade, and you rotate that. Hey, while you're over there, grab me a po' boy. Bring that back. And then, of course, you have access to the bathrooms at Katy's when you're buying drinks and buying food.
We have a to-go order window. You can just come up and order to-go food. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Outdoor tables, indoor tables, air conditioned, comfortable if it gets hot. Katie's, you got to go if you're going to Endymion. Iberville, corner Telemachus, as New Orleans as it gets. Katie's.
And we also have parking if you need a spot, $40.
There you go.
You can park in the lot.
Yeah,
So
that's a great, safe, secure, no boots or tickets. Gotta like that. Nice, Scott. Hey, what's going on at Francesca with Mardi Gras as far as hours over the next few days? Because Francesca's in Lakeview. They're nowhere near any parades at all. They're on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and West End. So a lot of folks are looking. I mentioned Lebanon's Cafe is going to be open all day on Mardi Gras Day and leading up to it. So that's a good off the beaten path. Trayen, Gallagher's 527, cross the causeway, go to Mandeville, get away from, French Quarter, CBD, where all the stuff's going down. Francesca's a great getaway for the next few days. Fill us in on the hours through Mardi Gras.
And for families coming home from the parades, we're very busy on Mardi Gras Day. We're very busy on Lundi Gras. We're only closed Sunday because we're closed on Sunday anyway. But we're open all the way through, and it's really great. I mean, and then, we're getting a lot of people coming from all over the country now to Francesca. We were packed today. We had a line out the door today.
That's great.
It's we're really making a name for ourselves, and Mardi Gras is a great place to be. And a lot of people don't go to Mardi Gras, and they stay home in Lakeview, so they can just come branch up and eat. It's pretty cool.
Katie's and Francesca open all day Mardi Gras Day?
Yep.
What are the hours of each place for Mardi Gras Day Tuesday?
11 to 9 at Katie's, 11 to 7 at Francesca.
You hearing that, New Orleans? Mardi Gras Day, you're looking to get something to eat before, during, or after the parades. On Mardi Gras Day, Fat Tuesday, Katie's is open till 9. Francesca open till 7. That's great to know, Scott.
You know who's coming tomorrow?
Who's coming tomorrow to where?
Spot?
To Katie's and Endymion?
Your cousin, bro, Gretchen.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He's coming.
Yep.
My girl.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a great weekend, man.
Scott, the quarter was insane earlier today. I was down there in the quarter with a group of friends. They're still partying down there. Like, yeah, I got to work. I got to go do my show. Jam-packed. Everybody's having a great time. Great weather. You're not sweating. You got men in suits. You got people in costumes. Everybody's happy. The businesses are just jam-packed. People in and out, One bar we went into, 5 drinks. 5 drinks was $120, but, outside of that. I'm not kidding you, by the way.
I bought 2 drinks last night. It was $48.
Yep. It was, 6 drinks was $120. 123. 123.
The cost of alcohol has gone up so much, Corey.
Well, these drinks were served in an egg shell, and eggs are very expensive. Scott, hang on. We're going to knock out a quick break. We're going to come right back. Scott Craig's with us, owner and operator of Katie's and Francesca, which are both open all day Mardi Gras Day. Yeah, you right. Coming right back. Don't move.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint. Supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Fantastic weather this weekend. Knock out the paint project in between going to parades. Helm Paint and Decorating's open in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. Free 2-hour delivery. Benjamin Moore high quality paint. 7 locations in New Orleans, 4 in Metro Baton Rouge. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, do it once, do it right. They truly will steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating. Scott Craig's back with us from Katie's and Francesca. What's that, Scott?
Get it right. Helm Paint and Supplies.
Yep, you got it. Bing, bing, bing.
Justin Helm was in Katie's today with a big group of people. And he gave me his card and I went, Helm Paint and Supplies. Everybody busted out laughing.
Nice. You should have said, dude, I've never heard of it if it weren't for Corey.
You're right. For Kaare.
You remember the big paint can they used to have on across from the Popeyes?
Yeah. right on Claiborne and Carrollton.
Well, Earhart and Carrollton, yep.
Earhart and Carrollton.
Yep. Scott Craig's with us, owner-operator of Katie's and Francesca. Katie's is in Mid-City, Iberville, corner Telemachus, a block, about 100 yards off of the Endymion Parade Route. They've got parking across the street, $40, parked all day long at the secure lot right across the street from Katie's in Mid-City. What's that?
Toilets and bathrooms inside. And we got some great specials this weekend. Braised short ribs with a demi-glace, tomato demi-glace with mac and cheese and cabbage. Stuffed red fish topped with seafood cream and veggies. Blackened double-cut pork chop with collard greens and black-eyed peas. Crawfish etouffee with fried catfish or red fish for dinner. And a seafood stuffed pepper with catfish and redfish. Those are our specials. We're trying to do a lot of great New Orleans dishes this weekend because we have a lot of visitors. So we try to do that when visitors are in town. We did it for Super Bowl, but we didn't get any visitors.
You can get any and all of these dishes to go. They've got a walk-up window for mixed drinks, beer, food to go. You can just walk right back to the parade route, bathrooms, parking, great New Orleans food, fresh seafood. How can you beat Katie's and Endymion? It's for a lot of you that are like, man, want to go to Endymion, don't know where I'm going to go. Now you know where to go. You're going to Katie's. You're going to park at Katie's. You're going to walk a block from Katie's. You're going to enjoy all the drinks and food you want right there at Katie's, and you're 100 yards off the parade route. Impossible to beat. Impossible to beat. Hey, by the way, Francesca, like Katie's, both will be open Mardi Gras Day all day long. Francesca in Lakeview open till 7 o'clock at night. Katie's will be open till 9. Mardi Gras Day. So you folks after the parade looking for a great bite to eat, you got Katie's and Francesca. That's excellent to know on a Tuesday especially.
Yeah. It is, man. You know, I started opening Mardi Gras Day about, 10, 12 years ago because we go to Mardi Gras and there's no place to eat on the way home.
Nope.
Because everyone was closed. So we started opening, and we're not jam-packed, but we're busy.
No, that's good.
It's something to eat for people that are on their way home.
Yeah, because Crescent City Steaks is jam-packed. They have that tradition going.
Yeah, that's the blast.
Yep.
We ate there with some friends last week, and it was outstanding. I got the double ribeye.
What's the double ribeye?
I don't know. It's just a bigger ribeye.
Wow, I didn't even know they had that.
They've got the small ribeye, and then you flip the menu over on the back, and it's got the big ribeye.
Damn, I didn't know they even had that. I got to check into that.
So good. It was so well marbled and just delicious. And you know who waited on us?
Anthony.
Anthony. Anthony and I grew up in the same neighborhood, man. We were friends. We went to high school together, grammar school. Good dude.
Anthony really needs to get that older guy, like one of those megaphone things you stick in your ear.
Yeah.
He doesn't hear so well, that older guy in there.
Poor guy. So scream louder.
That's what I do. He's a nice guy. He's a waiter. He's been doing it his whole life. So he's probably got 50 years of waiting tables under his belt. So, yeah, I just speak a little louder. You got to start with the fresh onion rings, huh, Scott?
Oh, they're good. Yep. Fresh onion rings at Katie's, too. You do it at Katie's or Crescent City Steakhouse.
Yep. Yes, Scott, the French Quarter was electric. The 100-hour countdown has begun. 4 days until Mardi Gras Day. This is New Orleans at its best.
4 days of debauchery.
Yeah, exactly. Get in that meat because Lent's coming.
Yep. Eat your meat.
You know what I'm
have your pudding till you eat your meat.
You know what I'm giving up for Lent, huh?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm giving? Hey, Mr. Pink Floyd. You know what? I heard that line. You know what I'm giving up for Lent?
What?
Spelunktering.
Yeah, I'll give up spelunking.
Spelunktering, you know, cave dwelling or whatever the hell it is.
I won't do any cave diving during Lent.
Yep, I'm giving that up. You know,
no more alligator wrestling.
No more alligator wrestling, something I love.
Yeah, it's been a great thing. And isn't that where we met?
You and I actually did meet wrestling alligators. I had
wrestling alligators.
You were in the heavyweight division. I was a middleweight, and we both won gold medals that day. And that's how we met up on the trophy stand.
My gator was bigger than yours.
Wow. On that note, I think we will end our segment, Scott.
Love you, bro. Talk to you soon.
Happy Mardi Gras, Scott. Happy Mardi Gras, brother.
Yep. All right, bro. See you later.
Katie's and Francesca open Mardi Gras Day. Francesca isn't open on Sundays, so they won't be open this Sunday. But they're open today, tomorrow, Monday, and Mardi Gras Day. Francesca in Lakeview. It's good to know. Katie's open Mardi Gras Day. Lebanon's Cafe open Mardi Gras Day all day. They open at 11 and go till 9:30. So lots of other choices, Blue Boy, to get a good bite to eat. Boy, that 4 o'clock hour flew by. 5 o'clock power hour. On a Fantasy Friday, coming your way next in about 15 minutes. We're going to hook up with Frank Brightson, James Beard award-winning chef. Don't go anywhere.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see. What about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became number one for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. 5 o'clock powwow. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Big weekend in front of us. It's called Mardi Gras 2025. 100 hours of fun has begun. The Carnival City, the Mardi Gras City, Drew Brees. Yeah, the 100-hour countdown. Tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday night, all day Tuesday. Does not get much better than this. Mardi Gras 2025, 4 days until Mardi Gras Day, 100 hours of fun. Yeah, you're right. I had some fun earlier today. A group of us went and had lunch in the quarter. The Friday before Christmas, the Friday before Mardi Gras, the Friday before Easter, lunch in New Orleans is sold out. In the quarter, in the CBD, the Warehouse District, large groups too. Tables of 10, 12, 15. No, we went with the large group. Then we went kind of hopping around different spots. I had to do programming at 4, this show, so I didn't get to partake in the alcoholic beverages like everybody else was, but still had a blast. If you go to my Twitter at Corey Johnson, you'll see the massive crowds in the French Quarter. Just jam-packed, side streets, Bourbon Street, Royal, wall-to-wall people. It's unbelievable. Friday before Mardi Gras, there is a huge party celebration going on in the French Quarter. So appropriate. There's no city in the world like New Orleans. Jackson Square was electric earlier this afternoon. I'm sure it still is. The weather's perfect. It's not hot. It's not cold. Just very comfortable outside. Restaurants and bars have their doors open, just inviting people spilling in and out of them onto the street, into the restaurants and bars. Just fantastic. Great vibe. Everybody's having a good time. Very secure. Lots of police present, military presence, blockades and bollards up. Felt super safe. Big crowds. Just tough to beat New Orleans. Why we love New Orleans. This is culture at its best. Culture on display. Where other cities have to make up their culture. Austin, try to stay weird. Never was weird to begin with. Austin's just a big metropolis now. Traffic jams, urban sprawl, cul-de-sac generic neighborhoods. Anywhere USA, Austin, Texas. Nashville, Tennessee, same thing. Traffic, urban sprawl, cul-de-sac neighborhoods, anywhere USA. Very much like Houston, Dallas, Atlanta. These places are cultureless. Cultureless. They've got great economies. They're booming. A lot of folks are moving there, and they're very congested and full of traffic. Hard to get around. And not a lot of culture. Why I stay in New Orleans? I've had opportunities to leave, to go to Atlanta, to go to Nashville, to go to Houston, and even Denver. No, there's a few things that are easy to rattle off, like 6 things easy to rattle off about New Orleans that I love, that I'm into. Our history, our architecture. I love the food. I love the music. I love the people. And I love the culture. And there's so many places where you could move and they don't have history and architecture. And they don't have their own food and their own music. And they don't have absolutely great people and they don't have any culture. That's most places don't have those key 6 things to me as a Yaddy native New Orleanian, and we got it in spades. And the French Quarter today was absolutely electric. Unbelievable. If you can get down there, get down there. Hey, toot, toot, bing, bing, bing. We're blowing that 5 o'clock whistle. I love this time period of the week. Friday afternoon, a little after 5. 100% of the weekend, 100% of the work week in the books. History, rearview mirror. 100% of the weekend smack dab in front of us, and it's a big weekend. Mardi Gras 2025, 4-day weekend for most folks, some longer. 5 o'clock whistle on a Friday, appropriately. Brought to you by Katie's, as New Orleans as it gets. They're open tonight till 9, tomorrow night till 9, Sunday till 9. Monday till 9. Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day, open all day, 11 to 9. Katie's in Mid-City. Iberville, corner Telemachus. You're looking for a spot for Endymion tomorrow? It doesn't get any better than Katie's. They got you covered. Parking across the street. You can park across the street at Katie's. They'll reserve a spot for you. $40. Your car's safe and secure the entire parade. You get to go to Katie's. You get to enjoy appetizers and entrees, mixed drinks. They've got a window where you don't even have to go in. You can just walk over and grab your food or drinks right at the window. So you go before Endymion. Endymion's rolling. You can send, somebody down. Y'all rotate who heads down to Katie's and grabs a couple appetizers, grabs a bunch of mixed drinks and some beers. Got to go to the bathroom? Katie's. Block off the parade route. Like Scott says, short blocks, like 100 yards. For Endymion tomorrow. Katie's. Iberville, corner Telemachus, as New Orleans as it gets. And yes, Katie's. Open Mardi Gras Day till 9. Scott Craig's sister restaurant to Katie's, Francesca, out on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview, in between Canal Boulevard and West End. Open till 7. All day, Mardi Gras Day, and open till 7. That's good to know. Good to know, man. Places open on Mardi Gras Day. Like Lebanon's Cafe, opening up at 11 a.m. Mardi Gras morning and staying open till 9:30 Mardi Gras night. To-go orders, outdoor dining, dine inside. Lebanon's Cafe will be open on Mardi Gras Day. Yeah, you right. I don't want to talk about this for too long. I'll make it like a minute long. I'm sure some of you are going to watch some national news. Probably best just to be in the Mardi Gras mode. But this really sucks. It was embarrassing and pathetic. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance at the White House teaming up, bringing the media in, and then insulting Vladimir Zelensky. It's unbelievable. Thought Trump was turning the corner from he's a dictator, he's got to have an election, and then praising Russia and Putin all the time.
thought Trump was turning the corner. The other day, some media asked him, did you call Zelensky a dictator? Not did you? You called Zelensky a dictator. How's that going to work with your meeting? Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question. And he's not pulling a Biden like he doesn't remember. Trump is Trump. He'll say it's red on Monday, it's blue on Tuesday, it's green on Wednesday, and then never say he was into blue or red on Monday and Tuesday. Only green. That's how he is. He likes Putin and Russia because, when he's running his business empire, he's the king. He's the dictator. His way or the highway. Government, politics. The key word in politics is compromise. This is not a compromising individual. And he's not some great deal maker or negotiator. Before even talks were discussed, Ukraine won't go into NATO and they're not going to get all their land back. Why concessions before you start the negotiations? That's weakness in anyone's book. And then today, you've got to watch it online or Fox News or CNN, whatever pick your poison, watch it tonight. It was embarrassing. In the White House, 2-on-1, Zelensky and Trump and J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance is an embarrassment. J.D. Vance just looks at Trump. If Trump laughs, he laughs. If Trump doesn't laugh, he doesn't laugh. Pats Trump on the back, just head clearly inserted up Donald Trump's rear end, J.D. Vance. But Zelensky and Ukraine are right. And Trump and J.D. Vance were pathetic today. Pathetic. Nothing courageous or America first. It was an embarrassment. Watch it. Try to be objective if you're a Trump person. And hey, it doesn't matter if you're for U.S. aid to Ukraine or not. You have to acknowledge this. Ukraine is a democracy. Zelensky was righteously elected in a fair election. And Putin is a dictator and Russia is communist. You've got to acknowledge those things. Ukraine's a democracy. Zelensky was rightfully elected. Russia's communist. Putin's a murdering dictator. You got to at least acknowledge that if you're for or against aiding Ukraine in their war. And with this president and vice president, they don't acknowledge that. The opposite. They call Zelensky the dictator. It's mind-blowing. All right, I'm done. Until next week on that crap. When we come back, James Beard award-winning chef Frank Brightson.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint. Paint Supply.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Hey, chances are you're not going to need air conditioning or heating help over the Mardi Gras holiday. I don't anticipate my system having any problems. But somebody out there watching or listening to the program right now is going to experience either air conditioning or heat problems, and you're going to need help. Weekday, weekend, overnight, holiday, Total Maintenance is there for over 40 years with a sterling reputation. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. If you need AC or heat help, even Mardi Gras Day, Total Maintenance is there. tm-ac.com. If you need heat or air conditioning help anytime in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance, tm-ac.com. Yeah, you're right. I love getting this guy on the program. Decompress, not talking politics or the Monday through Thursday stuff. And one of the reasons I get him on Fridays. Plus, he's a James Beard award-winning chef. He's been cooking, sorry, Frank, for over 50 years professionally. His restaurant Brightson's in the Riverbend's been there for over 38. And they just keep rocking and rolling, not missing a beat. Frank Brightson joins us live from his restaurant in the Riverbend. How you doing, Frank?
Where you at, Corey? GGI, Mardi Gras F.
Yeah, I was going to say it. SF, Super Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. I was down in the quarter earlier, Frank. It is electric down there. Jam-packed.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Jam-packed. Beautiful weather, too.
I was on Magazine Street about 1 o'clock, and people had their chairs laid out, their spots and everything. One family was already sitting. I just love it, man,
It's when I was in the quarter and just looking around everybody and people going in and out of places and the weather and all the doors and windows open, all these establishments and thousands and thousands and thousands of people dressed up and all this. Friday, lunchtime, I'm like, there's no greater city in the world. There's nowhere in the world that they do what we're doing right now on a Friday and what we're going to do, especially next Tuesday. New Orleans is special. It's the greatest place anywhere.
That's right. I told someone today I was actually on the phone doing an interview with an Austrian journalist, and trying to explain Mardi Gras and what it's about. It's not that, those clips you see from Bourbon Street. That's not us. What Mardi Gras is about is communal joy. Everybody getting together, no matter who you are. You're standing next to somebody you don't even know, but you're all in it together.
Yep.
It's the power of the beads. And if we ever lose the power of the beads, we're sunk.
Well, we got to lose the plastic and the Chinese stuff, but
Yes.
go
I
back.
mean that
Go back to the.
metaphorically.
I know. Let's get some glass beads in there, But no, I hear you. It's so true, Frank. You almost were making me cry by that. I'm glad I shifted gears.
It's so true. The people that'll be on the route, they can forget about everything else happening in the world. Wait for the next float. One of my doctors said he's taking his kids out because they love it, and he was kind of, he didn't want to go. I said, when you're on the route and you're feeling like you don't want to be there, look in your kids' eyes as the next float approaches, and the joy they have in their eyes. It's like Christmas morning excitement.
It is. It's magical. I still can go back, you saying that, to sitting on a ladder in one of those little seats as like a 4-year-old on St. Charles Avenue with my dad standing right behind me,
There's nothing like it, man. And, we know how to do it.
Yep, no doubt. Frank Brightson's with us. We do it every Friday, talking food with Frank. Frank, man, I'm having problems. I get teased at the grocery. They got pints of Louisiana strawberries, and then the next week it's back to Plant City, Florida, and California. I want my Louisiana strawberries. What's up?
Yes, it's hit and miss because of the freezes that we had. We went to the market last Tuesday, and they were not there. My farmer wasn't there. So, they got a little problem with production from the freezes, I believe, and we're just going to have to be patient.
Yep.
And go eat bull crawfish instead.
Yeah. How long strawberry season lasts?
Well, when you see them, grab a bunch of them,
It's like weeks left and that's it?
Oh, no. Strawberry season runs through the end of April.
Okay, good. So we'll have local fresh strawberries for the next month or two.
Yeah, mid-April at least.
Okay, good. Good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Crawfish, what's going on there?
Well, we're planning for Lent, which is next week. After tomorrow, we'll be closed for 4 days. And then we're gearing up for Lent. We'll change gumbos, for instance. We'll have our Lenten seafood gumbo, okra gumbo with no sausage. It'll be shrimp and oysters.
Wow.
And that's something we do during Lent and maybe sometimes during okra season in early summer. Otherwise, we have, filet gumbo with chicken andouille all year. So
yep.
I'm looking forward to that. And we'll finally gear up with some crawfish dishes. Availability is good. The quality is outstanding.
Nice.
And price should stabilize as we go along. So we're looking forward to that. Fish-wise today, the star is puppy drum. We got puppy drum from the Gulf of Mexico. We couldn't get trout or flounder or sheep's head, so we're going with puppy drum on a couple of dishes. It's going to be grilled on our seafood platter with one of my favorite sauces, a crawfish and pistachio lime sauce. And then we're going to use the puppy drum, the thinner ones, for meuniere. Pan-fried puppy drum meuniere with roasted pecans.
Frank, I got to tell you, and I know you know the difference. You could serve me flounder, speckled trout, or drum with the pecan meuniere, and I may not be able to tell you which fish it is.
Yeah, and I think that's true for most people.
I know you can.
Because they have a lot of similar qualities.
Yep.
They're a lot like me, tender, white, and flaky.
And not oily.
And not oily at all. But I tell you what, 2 nights ago, I got takeout from Brightson's, and I got the grilled drum as an entree. And you can do that at Brightson's. You can get the platter fish double size as an entree. And I got grilled drumfish with the crawfish pistachio lime sauce.
Wow.
Oh my God. I ate it so fast. It was unbelievable.
Wow. Hey, I called La Boca last week or a few days ago. I said, hey, the crawfish empanada, y'all going with that yet? They're like, no, call us after Mardi Gras. The crawfish season looks great, so we should have it then. Best damn crawfish pie I've ever eaten, that crawfish empanada at La Boca. The best soup, one of the best soups I've ever had in my life, and definitely the best crawfish soup I've ever had in my life. I discovered 2 years ago at Brightson's. Crawfish and corn soup, and then the best crawfish etouffee took me back to Manditch on St. Claude, a brown roux based, not orangey tomato based crawfish etouffee. The crawfish etouffee you had at Brightson's. I'm assuming that the soup I just mentioned, and maybe even that egg roll are right around the corner, huh?
Definite possibilities. The egg rolls will pop up here and there. We're definitely going to start with the crawfish and corn soup.
Yummy.
And we'll get the etouffee rolling too. What do you think, appetizer or entree for the etouffee?
Well, honestly, it's funny you say that because
you want entree.
Yeah, but I came in and I got it as an appetizer, and then 3 nights later I called you and I ordered 2 of them to go, and I made that my entree.
There you go.
So I think
and we can do that.
Maybe you could just do the appetizer, X amount of dollars, entree. Comes with veggies on the side, and it's or whatever, slice of catfish or whatever you want to do, and that's X. Make it an entree and an app. But doesn't matter to me. I just ordered 2 and made it an entree one night. It's like the corn and crawfish. I got that as an appetizer, and 3 days later, I'm getting a quart from you out back. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
We're happy to do those things for people. We often get a request for a double order of barbecue shrimp as an entree. That's no problem.
That's so damn
put it
good.
on a bigger plate.
It's so damn good. And the barbecue shrimp, and I'm friends with Mark Dayfelice from Manali's, and I've told him this. I'm like, you're the originator, Mark. I think Frank's got the best version of it ever.
Thank you, man.
It's unreal. And Mark wasn't arguing. Too. Mark wasn't arguing with me. It's like, yeah, just different. I'm like, yep. No,
it's all good, man. It's all good.
No, I think sometimes
this will be the last week for our king cake bread pudding, with Italian meringue and cream cheese sauce, and then next week I'm going to switch to butterscotch bread pudding.
Wow. Still got the creme brulee, the chocolate cake, the pecan pie.
Exactly.
Wow. So damn good. You might think, oh, Corey's got Frank on, they're friends. He's talking this up. Best damn soup I've ever had, the crawfish and corn. Best crawfish etouffee, Frank Brightson's crawfish etouffee. So think whatever you like.
And I sure appreciate your support and friendship. And we're going to keep it rolling all through Lent.
Yep. Frank, any openings tonight or tomorrow night?
I would think there's some openings on the early side, maybe the late side too. But, for parades and stuff, we open at 5 o'clock. You can grab a quick dinner and you're out of there.
And off the beaten path for tonight and tomorrow night. Nowhere near the parade route. Easy to get to.
Or maybe you go to the parade early and stuff and you're waiting and you watch one parade or 1.5 and then you're ready to eat. Come over and see us.
Yep. You old Metairie, old Jefferson folks, less than 5 minutes from where Causeway hits River Road. So convenient.
Oh, yeah, there's no parade traffic by us.
Convenient for you folks. River Ridge, Harahan, River Road.
Free off-street parking, easy to get to from anywhere in Jefferson Parish.
Frank, always a pleasure. Happy Mardi Gras.
Thank you, Corey. Happy Mardi Gras, everybody. Take care of each other and catch a lot of stuff.
Yep.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Hey, New Orleans. If you've ever wanted to experience life on St. Charles Avenue, now is your chance. The Grand Victorian, the ultimate bed and breakfast in the Garden District on the streetcar line. Built in 1893, this magnificent house will make your special weekend getaway special. To find out more, go to gvbb.com. That's gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian, where the locals go to get away.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Here's another great suggestion during Mardi Gras. If you're looking to get a great bite to eat, you just don't want to deal with the crowds of Mardi Gras that particular lunch or dinner. Trey Yen in Mandeville. Yeah, Trey Yen in Mandeville. What's great about the Metairie parades going down Vets, Causeway's open. Causeway's wide open. You come off I-10 or coming from River Road, whatever, you go Causeway over I-10. You go Causeway over Veterans. And then it's clear sailing right across the North Shore. And the great thing about going to Trey Yen in Mandeville, you're not driving on the North Shore for like another 10 or 15 minutes. Right when you cross the Causeway, immediately on your left, Trey Yen. And it's not Chinese food, it's Chinese cuisine. 25 short minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center. Yeah, this weekend, make it Trey Yen. Get away from the Mardi Gras crowds. This is a perfect excuse. I know a lot of you are like, man, Corey's been talking about Trey Yen. It sounds great. I've never been or haven't been in decades or years. This is a great time to go because New Orleans and Metairie, it's Mardi Gras 2025. It is in full swing. I was in the quarter earlier today. It's out of control in a good way. No, but you don't want to deal with the out of control traffic and crowds and stuff. If you just want to get in and out somewhere, Trey Yen over the next few days of Mardi Gras. I'll be there. I'm going to go to Trey Yen in Mandeville. I'm going to go to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. A buddy, I'm not making this up, just text me. What's the crab meat dish at Gallagher's? I'm going tonight for my birthday. Crab meat St. Francis. So damn good. It's Warren LaRuth's recipe. It's just lots of crab meat and just this nice goop sauce that it's in. It's in a little ramekin. It's piping hot. I put a little lemon on it. It's one of the best crab meat dishes you'll ever eat in your life. I mean, to die for. Fantastic. Aren't we blessed in New Orleans? I mean, seriously. I'm in the quarter earlier today. I'm a native New Orleanian. And I'm like, damn, look at this crowd, this vibe, the positive, vibe and feel. Everyone in costumes and in the Mardi Gras spirit. Or why else would you be down in the French Quarter? Just fantastic, man. It was just great being down there. My only regret, I don't regret doing the show. I love coming and doing the show every day. Couldn't keep hanging with my friends. They're still down there probably having a great time. The weather's perfect. Not sweating. And I walked about 6 blocks to get into where I needed to go. I wasn't sweating, had on a costume, had on a hat and a mask and no sweating at all. Just perfect weather. And the crowds are great. And the feel is very safe and secure. There's a military presence. There's a police presence. But they're secondary. They're an incidental. No, it's not cramping anyone's style. The opposite. Mardi Gras is in full swing. Yeah, you're right. 4 days until Mardi Gras Day, 100 hours. Tough to beat it. No, I'm going to head to, because of the crowds, I'll eat at Trey Yen. I'll eat at Gallagher's 527. I'll eat at Lebanon's Cafe. Those are guaranteed over the next few days because they're kind of off the beaten path. I'll probably head to Francesca or Katie's on Mardi Gras Day. Francesca and Katie's both open all day, Mardi Gras day. Francesca in Lakeview open till 7. Katie's in Mid-City open till 9 Mardi Gras day. Speaking of Katie's, tomorrow is Endymion in Mid-City. You want to go, but you don't have plans? I got the problem solved for you. You go to Katie's. Right across the street, Katie's has a massive parking lot. For $40, you can park your car there all day. Then Katie's, about 100 yards off Canal Street and the main part of the Endymion parade route, right in Mid-City. I mean, to walk from the parade route to Katie's will take you about 90 seconds. 90 seconds. You can go inside, use the bathroom facilities, order appetizers, entrees, get to-go cups, mixed drinks, beer, whatever you want from the bar, wine. And then Katie's even has a window from the sidewalk where you can walk up and order those drinks to go, or appetizers or entrees to go, to bring back to your pals on the parade route, or eat outside at Katie's or inside, indoor, outdoor dining. Katie's is a great spot for Endymion on a Saturday. Are you kidding me? Endymion gets rolling early around 4:15 from around City Park, Orleans Avenue. Katie's is you go there early, park your car, sit inside Katie's, the courtyard upstairs, downstairs, outdoor dining, enjoy some great food and apps and drinks, mosey on down to the parade. After the parade's over, head back to Katie's. Perfect spot for Endymion. 100 yards off the parade route. Hard to beat Katie's in Mid-City. Did I mention 4 days till Mardi Gras? Did I mention the 100-hour countdown has begun? Unreal. Loads of parades tonight. Loads of parades tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Sunday. Sunday, it's the big traditional parades. Okeanos, Mid-City, Toth, Bacchus. Saturday night, I was just mentioning Endymion, Bacchus Sunday night, Orpheus, another mega parade on Monday. Mardi Gras Tuesday, Zulu, Rex, all the good stuff. I was torn. Got a buddy who's like, dude, let's ride bikes around Uptown Mardi Gras Day. I'm not knocking that idea at all. I'll probably do it Sunday for Bacchus, Mid-City, Toth, and Okeanos. So I'm not going to do that Mardi Gras Day. And I love the Uptown route, Napoleon, St. Charles, heading downtown, Canal Street, all of it. But then I was thinking, a couple of Mardi Gras ago, I marched in that crew of St. Anne. Maybe I'll go do that. Get down to the Bywater around 8:30, 9 a.m. and march with those crazy nuts. There's probably like 10 marching crews. St. Anne kind of leads the way. And you go from the from the Bywater into the Marigny Triangle, right into the French Quarter, and eventually Canal Street. And the crew of St. Anne puts ashes into the river to end their march, their walk. You don't have to be a member. It don't cost nothing. Just put on a costume and head down to the Bywater, right around like Louisa, a few blocks in, and you'll see the crowds gathering. And then just start walking with folks. It's literally, I would say, that crew of St. Anne and maybe the other dozen or so walking clubs or more might be 10,000 people, 10,000 that go from Bywater into the Marigny Triangle, and eventually into the French Quarter. So I was like, ride bikes Mardi Gras Day with a buddy and a few friends. Nah, I think I'll do that Sunday with those guys. Crew of St. Anne, like I did 2 years ago, that looks like the route. And now I'm actually going to meet Bradley Schneller from Stacked Coaching, stackedcoaching.com, 9 a.m. right in front of St. Louis Cathedral. You're welcome to join us. Come with the costume. That's where I'm going to be, 9 a.m. right in front of St. Louis Cathedral, and go with those lunatics for a few hours. And then after lunch, noon, 1 o'clock, after about 4 or 5 hours, I'm going to be like, am I heading to Crescent City Steakhouse? Am I going to Francesca? Am I going to Katie's? Am I going to Lebanon's Cafe? Glad they're choices on Mardi Gras Day where you can eat. Excellent. Excellent. Hey, I got another good spot for you for the next few days, especially for Mardi Gras. Are you kidding me? Magazine Street in Pleasant, Tracy's. The ultimate sports bar with a fantastic sloppy roast beef po' boy. Yeah, they're in their new location, Magazine at Pleasant, caddy corner from the Bro Mart. More flat screens than you can count, a full kitchen. Don't forget Tracy's Magazine at Pleasant over Mardi Gras. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Happy Mardi Gras, New Orleans, in full swing. 100-hour countdown is rolling.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. Get Audubon Gutters.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com. Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria. Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Hey, Lebanon's Cafe will be open all day Mardi Gras Day. They're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9:30 at night, straight through. They don't have like lunch and then close for a few hours and reopen for dinner. 11 a.m. to 9:30 straight through, 7 days a week. And that includes Mardi Gras Day. So if you're looking to catch lunch, dinner, something in the middle of the day, you might finish your Mardi Gras, parading and partying by like 2, 3 in the afternoon. Lebanon's Cafe welcomes you. Outdoor dining, too. It's supposed to be a nice weather day. If any rain's coming, it's not supposed to come till later on Mardi Gras Day. No, you need some food, some good place to eat, lunch or dinner, a good spot. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette, right by the streetcar barn. Now, that's key, where you can eat on Mardi Gras Day. Crescent City Steaks, Katie's, Francesca, Lebanon's Cafe. Who else is open Mardi Gras Day? Let's see. There's not a whole lot of places, but there are definitely some that are open Mardi Gras Day, like Francesca till 7, Katie's till 9, Lebanon's Cafe till 9:30.
Crescent City Steaks. I don't think Crescent Steaks goes deep into the evening. I think they start about 11 and they shut it down by like 7 or 8 at night on Mardi Gras. But that's a big, big tradition. No doubt about it. On this Friday, Scott Craig joined us from Katie's and Francesca in the 4 o'clock hour. If you missed the 5 o'clock hour a little earlier, Frank Brightson joined us from his restaurant. Fired up about crawfish season. That's going to be a nice post-Mardi Gras thing for us, fading right into crawfish season, and it's supposed to be a fantastic crawfish season. Yeah, I called La Boca earlier in the week, Adolfo Garcia's Argentine steakhouse. I was like, hey, are the crawfish empanadas on the menu? He's like, no, but call us right after Mardi Gras. We expect to have them there. Want to experience maybe the greatest single crawfish pie ever? It's at an Argentine steakhouse, a New Orleanian, Adolfo Garcia, that knows what he's doing. And if you go to La Boca and you get that crawfish empanada, don't get a New York strip or a ribeye. Get a flank steak, a skirt steak, a hanger steak, something different, an Argentine steak. You'll thank me later. No, the crawfish pie at La Boca, the crawfish empanada, coming soon. And then Frank Brightson was with us a little while ago. The crawfish and corn soup, the crawfish etouffee. Frank and I were discussing, he's like, should it be an appetizer or an entree? And I said, well, when it was an appetizer last time, I came back a few days later and just ordered 2 apps and made it an entree. I was like, maybe you can make it an appetizer and an entree. He's like, maybe so. The crawfish etouffee at Brightson's, it's not tomato-based. It's a roux-based. It's brown, not orange. It's fantastic. Yeah, crawfish season's coming. Yes, Mardi Gras, 100 hours. The countdown has begun. 4 days. Got parades tonight. All day tomorrow night. All day Sunday night. Monday night, and of course all day Tuesday. What's that, Blue Boy? You're excited for Mardi Gras 2025? No, the city's on fire. It is electric in a positive way right now. Get out and enjoy it. Enjoy your Mardi Gras 2025. I'll see you next week, New Orleans. Have a fantastic weekend. Happy Mardi Gras.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.